Now, this is not my typical type of video. Usually I do videos in the Russian language, as you can hear by my accent and probably by my horrible pronunciation, or maybe not so horrible, depending on who you ask. Now, I want to talk about the Russian variant of the internet. Because I hear complaints mainly from Six Hacks and Hammer, but not only, also Tim Pool and Coach Redpill, if you know him. Great channel, subscribe to him, by the way. There is internet censorship. That slowly but surely the segments of the internet and YouTube are getting more and more censors. Now, that's a big problem. And now here comes the Russian variant. Russian variant is you taking a metal dildo and skull fucking the American government. Now, why would it be a skull fuck? Well, very simple. Can you imagine millions of Americans moving to the freaking Russian segment of the internet? Now you tell me, the Russian segment of the internet is very small. Not true. The first segment of the internet, the biggest segment of the internet, is the English-speaking internet. Now, the second biggest is Russian-speaking, mostly because of freedom of the internet. I'm not going to go why. It's because of many historical reasons. The Russian internet is actually free. Yeah, I know it sounds very funny. Russian internet free. What are you talking about? Are you damn freaking? Feel blank. Say I'm a Putin agent, Kremlin agent, whatever. No, actually the Russian internet is very, very free. I mean, there are people who want to censor it, but up there people are smart enough not to censor it, because once you censor Russian internet, people will take it to the streets, and by that the government will fall. Well, at least I hope they're smart enough. If not, well, then I guess there will start a revolution. Anyway, so we have a very, very big segment of the internet, and we have Russian variants for all the so-called American firms. So you can simply pass to the Russian variants of the internet. Instead of YouTube, you have RuTube. Yes, it's actually a thing. It's actually where YouTube is heading. Actually, RuTube is more corporate than actual free people now. Just look at how RuTube looks. That's what they're planning for YouTube. Instead of Facebook, we have VK. Actually, it's more comfortable than Facebook, I must say. Instead of Google, we have Yandex. Now, if you pass to the Russian segment of the internet, first of all, you will have freedom of speech. Yes, you can even critique the Russian government. Yes, you can say Putin is a corrupt dictator, homophobe, whatever you want you can say about Putin. We have Alexei Navalny, who is the so-called non-systemic opposition leader. He critiques. He does movies about corruption. He even takes the freaking Russian government to court and wins. Now, I'm not saying that it's a democracy. By no means it's not a democracy. But it is some sort of freedom that it's funny enough that Americans don't have. So once you pass to Russia, to the so-called Russian, again, not literally pass to Russia, just pass your internet activity to the Russian net. You will see how fast the legislation will rise, and suddenly you will have a free internet, the so-called Internet Bill of Rights. Again, sorry for my stuttering. English, as you can understand, is not my native language. You will start an Internet Bill of Rights. Because how come our people are passing to those damn evil Ruskies? That shall not happen. See? That's the best way to pressure your government. Just move to the Russians. Your government will freak out. They will literally freak out. If you move to the Russians, your government will freak out. I think it's the best variant of solving so-called the internet freedom problem. Just pass to the Russians and that's all. You'll get immediately a Bill of Rights, everything you will get, because if one thing the American government can tolerate it's the Russian government. Because you can deal with us freaking people. We're too crazy for you. I'm just joking. But still, can you imagine how will the American government freak out if suddenly millions of Americans move to the Russian segment of the internet? No. That was all. I was Roma Khatkin. Nice speaking with you. If you have any questions, please leave them down there in the comments. That's all. Bye bye.